Welcome everyone to Life Lessons from Hollywood Movies, produced by me, your host David McKay, and my organization, the Zen of Hollywood. This is the first edition of this segment, so I'm pretty excited. And what we do here is pretty simple. We basically take Hollywood movies and see what life lessons we can extract from them so we can improve our lives in some way. These life lessons are always based in what I call universal life principles, these basic truths that come from the world's wisdom traditions. Therefore, the name of my organization, the Zen of Hollywood. Today, we're going to take a look at the film A Star is Born, starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. If you haven't seen this film yet, go ahead and watch it before you watch this segment. There are major spoiler alerts ahead. Again, major spoiler alerts ahead, so come back and check in with us once you've seen the film. So the basic story is this. Jack, played by Bradley Cooper, is a successful and popular singer-songwriter. And he meets Ally and falls in love with Ally, played by Lady Gaga, who has a great voice, but doesn't have the success that Jack does. She doesn't even have a recording contract. That all changes quickly. Remember when Jack introduces Ally to the public and her career skyrockets. And so while her career is on the rise, his apparently is falling because of his alcoholism. Remember, they fall in love with each other and they get married, but even their marriage is threatened by Jack's alcoholic addiction. Well, he goes to a program, he gets treatment, and everything seems to be going in the right direction. In the end, however, they don't really address the root of the problem, and Jack ends up killing himself. He commits suicide. So remember that conversation that at the end, after Jack's passing, between Ally and Jack's manager, Bobby, played by Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott, that is, Bobby is talking to Ally and telling her what Jack had told him. And that is that between each octave, there are 12 notes. And what an artist does with those 12 notes determines their career, how they are seen as how they express themselves as an artist. Well, I thought that was an important part of the movie because I think the same is true for all of us, irrespective of whether we are artists or not. And that, we're all different, of course. We have different appearances, beliefs, and values, and everything else. But underneath it all, there's something we all share. And that commonality is our divine essence, right? That this divine essence or divine energy, whatever you want to call it, is what we all share. And what we do with that divine energy ends up determining the life that we create. And so while Jack obviously created a beautiful life until he ended up taking his life, Ally goes in a different direction. So obviously we need to have sympathy for people who are in such pain that they commit suicide. But in the end, we all have a choice. We all decide what we're going to do with those 12 notes that we all have to create our life. So I think that was one lesson. Another lesson I took from this film is, remember at the end when Ally was playing such a beautiful song and she sung it so soulfully. And remember that song actually was written by Jack. And it was an important part of the film because something so beautiful came from really something that was so tragic and dark and painful. And I think this is certainly a life lesson, a life principle that we live, of course, as we all know, on a plane of duality. We have night, day, lightness, darkness, up, down, right, wrong, hot, cold, and so on and so forth. Is that, in other words, we can't have one without the other. Just as we can't have night without day and day without night, we can't have love's light and joy without its pain and struggle. And they're two sides of the same coin, of course. And we forget those things, right? We all want the positivity, we want the love and the light, but the joy in life. But And we think that we can do it without the life's pain and struggle, but we can't. Now, I'm not suggesting, of course, that parents have to introduce their children to pain for them to have the joy in life. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in life, inevitably, we experience that pain. And so that pain is actually very useful. As I said, we can't have life's preciousness without it. And so we need to keep that in mind, that as we go through our own individual pain, not to run away from it, right? Not to avoid it. Let's see if we can actually face it and to just be there with it so that we can extract the message that it has to teach us, because all of life's pain has something important to teach us if we would just listen, if we stay with it. So those are the life lessons I took from this film, but I'd love to hear which lessons you took from this film. What did you learn? Please include them, if you don't mind, in the comments below, and feel free to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I have my own website, as I said, the zenofhollywood.com, where you'll find more Hollywood films and life lessons. Again, that's the zenofhollywood.com. Please feel free to visit me there. Thank you very much, and see you next time.